Welcome to the Travel and Tourism class. Today we are going to study how far tourism that is contributing to the overall economic development of a region or a particular country. Now we are living in the world globalization. So the globalization opens the geographical boundaries of different regions and countries, and there is mutual interaction, travel and exchange between different group of people, and tourism that is one of the most important industries that is highly benefited by the present globalization situation. From cradle to death, every person who have a strong inspiration to travel, visit various places, and enjoy the beauty of the place they visited. And while we visiting a particular place, we have the habit of spending so much of money for marketing, for purchasing, for everything, travel. We are spending large amount of money, the place where we visited, and homestays, hotels, restaurants, everything that is benefited by the tourism. And tourism now we categorized under the title as the smokeless industry. As far as the states like Kerala, the base of the Kerala economy at present, that is of the income from tourism. Though the present pandemic situation that mar the prospects of the tourism industry, but we have a great hope that the state like Kerala will be very much benefited by the tourism in the coming days. So there is a recent estimate shows that the travel and tourism that generates more than 2.5 trillion US dollar as the growth output. So overall, while we are taking to account the overall economic growth, there is a statement that there is an estimate that the tourism generate an income of 2.5 trillion US dollar every year, and the tourism that accommodates or tourism that provide employment to 1.2 billion people of the world. So that is a large scale. 1.2 billion directly or indirectly are supported by tourism. So they got employment, and in the form of investments, the field of tourism industry total investment that is of 350 billion US dollar every year in the form of taxes, the form of investments. Tourism generates 350 billion dollar every year. So in this way, while looking the economic side of tourism, every country, every region, or every part of the world that is supported or helped by the tourism industry, and we have to look an overall view of how tourism that is contributing to economic activities. First one, that tourism is contributing to create a positive balance of payments. We have to argue later how tourism is contributing to the positive balance of payments. And as we already mentioned, tourism that generates employment opportunities, and then tourism helping a particular region or a country through the multiplicity effects, and tourism is contributing to the development of non-industrial areas, and along with the tourism also have social benefits. And how tourism is contributing to foreign exchange and international trade. So we can see that the richness of a country that is defined by the amount foreign account or foreign currency accumulation by a particular country. ഒരു രാജ്യത്തിന്റെ സാമ്പത്തിക സ്ഥിതി വിലയിരുത്തുന്നതിനുള്ള പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട മാനദണ്ഡം ആ രാജ്യത്തിന് എത്രമാത്രം വിദേശ നാണ്യ ശേഖരം ഉണ്ട് എന്നുള്ളതാണ്. So you can see that we earn the foreign exchange, foreign money through the exports. Naturally, a country earn the foreign currency through the exports, but there are certain countries have limitation because in the lack of metals and minerals, in the lack of natural resources, some countries have a limitation to export goods to other countries. For example, you know that Singapore, then again Malaysia, some of the African countries, they did not have or they does not have much natural resources to export or industrial products to export. Singapore, Malaysia and other countries are highly benefited by tourism. They earn huge foreign exchange through tourism. So in this way, tourism that is contributing to earning the foreign currency and that of foreign exchange also. And how tourism is contributing to the positive balance of payment. Balance of payment means overall spending or credit and debit, spending and buying. How a positive balance of payment is created? Credit and debit. Credit that we means how much we earn, and debit means how much we given. So we have two examples, country A and country B. Country A that we can assume that is India. Country B that we can assume America or USA. So through various aspects, something trade, you know that some industry, India earns a credit of 25,000 crore, but due to large scale import of items, we have to spend 32,000 crores every year. So we have a negative balance of payments. Negative balance of payments, that means not positive but negative balance of payment country A have. So on the credit side, country A have 25,000 crore, and in the debit side, the country A or India have 32,000 crore. That create a negative balance of payment. But in the case of America, America exports large amount of large items to various parts of the country, and that is why America in the credit side that have 48,000 crore, and debit side 39,000 crore, and that is why that create a positive balance of payment. So how tourism helps to increase the credit side? So we are lacking in export or some other things. We have to acquire the foreign money or foreign investment through tourism. So the credit side that may be increased, and we have to create a positive balance of payments through tourism. And tourism that is a very favorable area for investment. For example, it is very risky while we are investing in certain areas. For example, you know that while you are investing your money for purchase of the vehicles, or while you are investing for the running of the hotels, so that is a very risky aspect, and that is highly speculative. We are not sure whether it is a success or a failure. But tourism that offers a chance for investment to every investors. So that is a safe zone. Tourism that is a safe zone for investment. But you naturally arise a question, what is the prospects of tourism in the present pandemic situation? But you are very aware that the present pandemic situation that affects the every walk of life, not only the tourism but all other area that was very seriously hit by the present pandemic situation. But naturally we argue that tourism that is a favorable area for investments. How tourism minimizing the leakages? How tourism minimizing the leakages? Minimizing the leakages means our money that will be leaked, our money will be leaked while we are investing other industries. But maximum amount, so the amount that we invest in the tourism field, the percentage of leakage is minimum. Percentage of leakage is minimum. For example, for the construction of a hotel, for the construction of a restaurant owned by ourselves or others, there are different channels our money that is extracted, and we are not sure the our entire money that was utilized by the mediators. So in the tourism industry, leakage of money that is very minimal. And tourism that create multiplier effects. So we have to identify there are different level of economy: primary level, secondary level, tertiary level. So tourism that creates that touches the money that we invest in the field of tourism that touches the three level of economy: primary level, secondary level, and tertiary level. For example, in a tourism center, they are working a hotel. They are working a hotel, and the nearby area there is a fish market center. Fish market center, and another third layer that is the fish distributor. So the first layer that is the hotel, second layer that is the fish market, and third level that is the distributor of the fish, or the auto driver or car driver, uh, um, who are carrying the travelers to the tourism destination. That may be third level. So we are spending one night in a hotel, and or one morning and one night, and hotel owner have to cook food, very tasty fish or something, and he approaches the fish market for getting fish. So the money that we are providing to the hotel owner, that is transacted to the secondary level, that is the fish market, and that is naturally transacted to the third level, the distributor of fish. So in this way, the money that we spend in the field of tourism, it is not the case of tourism only, there are certain other industries that create the multiplier effects. So there are primary level, secondary level, tertiary level, all this economic level that is touched by tourism. And you are very sure, as in the outset we point out, that how far tourism that is contributing to direct and indirect employment. Tourism is contributing to direct and indirect employment. Now, homestay, if you have a home or ancestral home or something, or tarwad or something, you can convert this tarwad as the homestay center, and you can earn money. And you have to provide decorative items, the now glass painting, that is very familiar. So you also become a contributor to the tourism markets. So the tourism that is a channel that create much employment opportunities. That point we need not want much discussion. We already point out that how tourism is creating a positive balance of payment, and how tourism is contributing to the national income. And tourism is also connected with the development and infrastructure. We are very sure that for the promotion of the tourism industry, the very good roads are very essential, airports, then again railway stations, then again neat hotels, everything that is very essential. So the growth of tourism, that also means the growth of infrastructure. So the growth of infrastructure, growth of tourism, that directly contributing to the development of a particular region. And the tourism is in the form of cinema, the form of entertainment, in the form of other form of taxes. Tourism is also contributing to the tax revenue itself. So in this way, tourism is contributing to the economic development of a particular area or